in your first alert forecast, we have spotty rain and storms developing, becoming more scattered. We have patches of fog this morning and very little cooling, around 71 degrees. Now we're at 77 at noon, but we do have the scattered storms developing at times, especially late morning through the afternoon. High today will be 86, so slightly cooler high, but feeling hotter, all because of these storms. So let's walk through that timeline in your first alert futurecast. Again, the isolated storms bubbling up and moving east, batches of rain and storms moving on to the plateau. 8 to 9 a.m. scattered rain, more by 10 a.m. now, as that spreads out late morning to midday. So we're going to have a little ebb and flow of light to moderate rain with some downpours, feeding off a little bit more heating there. Midday to afternoon, we'll have a good batch of some scattered storms coming up through south to central valley. Those of you who work outdoors, kind of take a look, take a pause, look at the screen here in your first alert futurecast, picking up some of those downpours from Morgan to Anderson to Knox, Roan to Loudon, parts of Blunt, Monroe, and McMinn. Notice that moves into more of Sevier and Jefferson County and Hamblin and Union County around 4 o'clock hour. Still a couple of storms northern edge and on the plateau. Then by 4 to 5 o'clock, that batch rolling up through northeast Tennessee. Then by 6, get some spotty rain and storms left over by the end of the day. So we do kind of roll through a good batch of storms late morning through the afternoon, kind of hitting more of the peak of the day, and that does add up a little bit better too in that rain forecast where you live. So notice some differences here. One, you could be one of those folks who just hears the rumble of thunder, never really gets the rain or gets some lighter showers like we're seeing in parts of Blount County here. And then there are these spikes from one end of Blount County to the other. That's that spike up to a ½ inch, but a few good downpours, slow moving, even closer to that 20-mile-per-hour pace, means you get these spikes up to that inch and a half, so it can really just pour and soak in spots, which we're picking up here on that rain forecast where you live in parts of Knox and Sevier, parts of Loudon, Monroe, and McMinn, parts of Roan and Anderson and Morgan, again catching some of the really heavy rain in parts of town. And then you can see some of those downpours spiking up on the plateau, more isolated ½ inch rainfall in parts of southeastern Kentucky to northeast Tennessee to far northeast Tennessee as well. But those downpours are definitely moving through. More of a 40% coverage today, then it quiets down again tomorrow morning. Notice a little stray rain and storms bubbling up in the morning, becoming more spotty midday and afternoon tomorrow, so more of a couple downpours and storms still developing on that high humidity range that we have. And even looking at tomorrow's rainfall, you can see a couple of those spikes up there in that ½ inch range with these blue dots there in southeastern Kentucky, parts of the valley, parts of northeast Tennessee. So tomorrow's planner is a little warmer as we go from 70 degrees in the morning to 80 at 11, high tomorrow 89. But remember, the humidity is still high, so it almost feels the same as you get more of those 90s for feels like temperatures on a steamy Thursday afternoon as well. Well, in the days or in the week, it's still in the upper 80s to around 90. Then on Saturday, seeing some more scattered storms at times Friday afternoon. Then Saturday back to spotty, so pulsing up at times, staying on the warm trend until a front actually moves through. Get a little better coverage here as that takes it more on and off throughout Sunday into Sunday night and into Monday of early next week, pushing that high down just a bit.